Well, howdy there, this is Rockin Farrier. Today I just got a little information on something you can just look at to give you an idea of what the horse will be like. On these horses, all horses will have a swirl. Now this horse, he's actually pretty, hi there buddy, he's actually a pretty mellow old pony, but if you notice in his head, he has two swirls. Now I'm trying to locate the article in the Western Horseman I read years ago, but depending on, they usually have one swirl, and depending on where that swirl is can affect their disposition. And if they have two swirls, then it can make the horse more difficult, a little more complicated to deal with. But if you can get through that difficulty, usually they're really mellow and balanced horses. Now, the placement of a swirl, if it is right directly between their eyes, they're usually pretty balanced and mellow and easygoing. If they're above that line and high, they're more sensitive, let's say, or flighty, a little snorty. And if their swirl is low, then that makes them more stubborn and more, a little bit not so hot, let's say, a little more stubborn. Now, I've noticed over the years that most mules and donkeys, their swirl is usually low. Maybe that has something to do with it. Now, there are a couple mules that I do that have a dead center swirl, and those mules are really, really good, well balanced, and good to deal with. Now, here's this sorrel horse right here, and he's a really nice horse to deal with, and you can see his personality here. His swirl, yeah, okay, buddy. His swirl is almost dead center, a little bit off to one side, but you can see that swirl right there, almost between his eyes, and that's gives you an indication kind of what they're going to be like. Now I end up dealing with lots of different horses, and when you walk up to a horse that you've never been around or never seen before, it gives you just one more piece of information that can give you a characteristic or tendency that horse might have. And I knew one horse years ago that a guy had, and this mare had a really high swirl and a low swirl. So she had a double swirl, but one was high and one was low. And that horse, they finally give up on her. That horse was so crazy and flighty, but yet she was so stubborn that you couldn't get through the crazy part, because she would not give it up. Every day, they said every day that she got saddled, it was like a whole new day, like she hadn't seen the saddle before. Every day you went out, and I finally decided, you know what, there's too many good ones without having to deal with that. So I'm going to be doing some other horses today, and I'll get some more video of other horses and where their swirls are, to give you a little more idea on how to decipher your disposition, your horse. Anyway, we'll talk to you again in a minute.